Hello, everyone. I'm Angela Quiroz from the Library of National Congress in Chile. I'm the representative from the Latin America and the Caribbean region on the RDA board. Today, I want to share with you the presentation that I did at the ALA annual conference last June, and the pre-conference called RDA Around the World. In particular, today I want to talk with you about the work done by RDA national working groups, which have been formed in recent years. Some have been around for longer, and others are new. However, they all share an enthusiasm for cataloging, especially for the dissemination of RDA and contributing to the adoption of RDA in libraries in our region. Okay, let's start. I'll share with you some data about these national RDA groups, which have been officially formed over the past few years. As official groups, we have the cases of Mexico, Colombia, Chile, Costa Rica, and Peru. As you can see, I have added Argentina and Brazil, since in these countries there are also working groups dedicated to RDA, although there are no official groups. In the case of Argentina, there is a group within the National Library that is dedicated to studying RDA, and they have even made some translations of the official training materials of the Library of Congress. In the case of Brazil, the FEBAP, which is the Library Association, has organized some events, courses, and talks related to RDA, but there is also no official working group at the country level. Here you can see the 5 official RDA working groups. For you to know something about them, I will tell you some information, but due to time constraints, I will not go into details. The Mexico RDA group began its work formally in 2017. However, it began to take shape in 2004. It currently has more than 400 members who belong to different types of libraries and from all over the country. They have a presence on social networks with a Facebook page with more than 2,000 followers. And through this page, they broadcast online events and have also conducted interviews with different experts on RDA at a national and international level. This group has been organizing several events related to RDA, such as the RDA colloquiums and the cataloging and metadata meetings. The Colombia RDA group began its work in 2015. It currently has 33 members who belong to different types of libraries and are from all over the country. This group meets once a month virtually, and these online meetings are open to the public who are interested in attending. They also hold 1 or 2 in-person meetings a year, only with the participation of official members. This group has a website where they have various documents on RDA, such as templates by type of resources and examples of different types of bibliographic and authority records from the National Library. The Chile RDA group began its work in 2022. It currently has 25 members from 12 libraries and also some independent librarians catalogers from all over the country. They have online meetings once a month. There is currently an editorial working group that is drafting an application profile for a modern monograph with the aim of this document serving as a guide at the national level. This group has a Facebook page and a site on the website of the Chilean Library Association. The Peru RDA group began its work in 2022 as well. It currently has 12 members who belong to different types of libraries. All members are already implementing RDA in their libraries. They meet 6 times a year, 4 online and 2 in-person meetings. They have 3 working groups for specific topics, and they have carried out training and events related to RDA at the national level. The Costa Rica RDA group officially began its work in 2023. It currently has 12 members who belong to different types of libraries. The group has a meeting every 2 months, 1 in person and 1 virtual. It is worth noting that this group was born from the initiative of the library schools, after a meeting held at the National Library of Costa Rica. Among the activities they have carried out is a study of the level of application of RDA in the libraries of the country's public universities. Okay, now I want to share with you some of the responses to a survey recently sent to the coordinators of the RDA groups mentioned above. The full survey consists on 13 questions related to the implementation of RDA in each country, as well as the use of the RDA toolkit. Here I present only a sample due to the time we have, but this serves to show an overview of RDA in the region. On this slide, we can see that all members of the surveyed country groups have implemented RDA, showing a total of 100%. The following image shows the results of the question about the level of RDA implementation, if it is advanced, intermediate, or low, where the majority of 33% declare that the level is intermediate. Then we can see that there is a 16% who declare a low and advanced level. We also found other answers in which respondents say that all 3 levels can be found in their libraries, since they are not all the same. In this slide, we can see that the implementation of RDA has been done mostly in bibliographic and in authority records, and only 16% say that it has been implemented only in bibliographic records. In the other image, the result of the question about the RDA toolkit subscription, we can see that respondents declare that half have a subscription to the RDA toolkit. However, of the other 50%, there are varied answers where respondents declare that some are subscribed, or that only 30% of their members have a subscription to the toolkit. Here we can see the results to the question, what do you consider to be the main obstacles to the implementation of RDA in your country? In general, the main obstacles are considered to be the lack of training, the lack of personnel who have the appropriate knowledge to deliver training, the low budget to be able to subscribe the RDA toolkit, and the language of the official RDA toolkit. It is curious to notice that there are very similar obstacles that were perceived when I was on the board for the first time. It is something to discuss as a regional level and see how to solve it. Here we have another question, in this case related to the official RDA toolkit. In general, respondents consider the official toolkit complex since it has a different structure than the original toolkit. And furthermore, we still do not have the Spanish translation of the official toolkit, which is seen as a disadvantage. The issue of lack of budget to subscribe the toolkit also reappears. Well, those were some brief survey results that I wanted to share with you. Now let's move on to the regional updates. Finally, I would like to share with you some updates at the regional level. We have recently been working on the formation of the regional RDA group. This group will include all types of libraries. And we are even thinking about including independent librarians and students in the future. We have had 2 online meetings with the national RDA groups. And we plan to have monthly online meetings and 1 face-to-face meeting a year. The first meeting in person was held in last September in the context of the 13th Cataloging and Metadata meeting in Mexico City. In the meetings mentioned above, we have been discussing the requirements for membership in the regional group and the status of this group. I would also like to tell you that there is a group working on the Spanish translation of the official RDA toolkit. This year, the first version of the translation should be completed to undergo expert review. And finally, very new update. We officially have the regional group. It was just officialized this last January. So thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, please contact me.